Hey everyone, and welcome to another video by the Entropy system. Today we started a new medication and it makes us feel like shit. But you know what makes me feel better when I feel like shit? Makeup. Plus, Wynn's dad gave us the awesome gift of a ring light setup, so we have really good lighting, and what better way to break it in than with a makeup tutorial. So today I'm going to teach you all how to get my fabulous purple look. So I'm gonna break this down really easy and try to explain what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and you know, why it looks good. So let's get started. First things first, moisturize your face and put on primer. I do that at the same time with BB cream. This is moisturizer, primer, sunblock, and I think it has a fourth function also. Why do you want to put on moisturizer? Because if your face is dry, then your makeup's gonna get all cracky. Also, primer is important, and we'll put more on our eyes later, but with primer, it holds onto the pigment of the makeup more, so it's gonna pop, and it's going to stay longer, which is especially important on eyeshadows. You know, you don't want all that powdery, flaky, you know, coming off. I already put that on because I start my day putting that on, so that's already on my face. Aren't I beautiful? Next comes foundation. I am using Makeup Forever Ultra HD in color pale as fuck. For real though, most days I don't use this. I just use this and build on top of it. Unless you have any major blemishes you're trying to cover, you can get away with just doing BB cream. I'm gonna do this for the sake of the makeup tutorial because I want to give, you know, I don't want to take any shortcuts here, but this is all I use. All right, so I'm gonna squirt a little bit on the back of my hand. I got 1.5 pumps, so a little down on the back of my hand, and I'm going to take this big flat foundation brush. Not a lot of people like to use these. They will use kind of rounder stipple brushes because that provides a more even, it's easier to get an even cover, or you can get one of those little squishy foam egg things, but I'm not gonna give 30 bucks for a squishy foam egg after we already bought the foundation brush, so I just use this. You're just gonna dab a little bit and just start putting it on. And this is paler than our skin tone. If you're gonna use foundation, you wanna be paler than your skin tone. And this, I'm amazed that we found a foundation that was that. So I'm getting it real close to the eye, not up in the eye, cause you know, that'll hurt real bad. You kinda wanna do a circular motion, like this. So you don't have any, talking funny, you don't have any harsh lines. You don't want to be able to see where the makeup stops, you know, covering. If there's a line or if there's streaks, then you didn't do it right. So I'm just gonna get all around there, gonna get my forehead, big old birthmark that everybody thinks is cancer, but it's not, I promise. It's just a birthmark. We've had it since we were a baby. That's not gonna work. Okay, no bow. Now I look even sicker than I already feel, but I only have enough foundation to get to my chin line. Do not stop here. You're gonna look like a clown. So I just put a little bit more on my hand, and I'm gonna bring that, I'm just gonna kind of dab it along here, and I'm gonna bring it so up where it connects to the ear and get underneath and kind of bring that down the neckline just a little bit because we're not clowns, we're not mimes. We want this to look natural, and if there's a really harsh line, it's not gonna look natural. All right, so pale, so fucking pale. So after that is done, we are going to do primer for our eyes. So we already primed our face, and then you wanna prime your eyes also because eyeshadow is going to be the center of your look, so you don't want to have that flaking off or you know, be muted because you didn't put primer on. So for some unknown reason, Urban Decay decided to do this stick thing rather than just their little squeeze bottle that they used to have, so you just kind of smear it on your eyelids, and there's no way to be precise by using that stick, so I'm just gonna use my finger. There's no shame in that. No, you want to get under here too, because we're going to do a smoky eye, so there will be eyeshadow under here. Okay, if you didn't believe me about the primer thing, it's the exact same eyeshadow with primer and without primer. So it is way more even. You can see the sparkles. With the primer, the color just pops. Without the primer, it's just this shadowy, it's barely even sticking to my hand. You know, I can rub it and it's gone. I rub that and it's still there. So the primer, it makes a difference. It's for real. It's not just a marketing thing. It works. I use Too Faced chocolate bar. Cool thing, it actually smells like chocolate. It smells really nice. I'm gonna use this color. It's called White Chocolate. And I'm going to use this brush. It is a flat brush. So see that? It's flat and wide. That is what you want for your above the eye eyeshadow. And so what I'm doing here is I'm just giving like a flat, light colored base that's going to make my eyebrow line look nice. And I'm just gonna do that from my eyebrow all the way down to my crease. And what the crease is like if you're touching your eyelid and you can feel your eyeball, and then there's that gap, and then there's your brow bone, that gap, that's the crease. Now we're gonna start with our gradient. So it's gonna be light to dark. Light to dark. If your eyes are really spaced apart and you don't want to accent that feature, don't do this step. Otherwise, I'm going to take this nice shiny champagne truffle, but really just any kind of like light colored sparkle, and put that like right in the corner of my eye, just a little bit. And that's going to really like draw that attention to the center of my face, right here. So I've got my little light, little dots there. And now I'm going to take Candied Violet. So I'm gonna go with purple because that's my color. And I'm gonna take a very light purple. It doesn't look light on here, but it's fairly pale. That's not very pigmented color. It's very deceptive because I actually bought this because I thought that this was gonna be like a really bright purple. But as you can see, it's not. I'm applying this. I'm gonna apply it like right where that shiny bit starts and just drag it across to like 2/3 of the way across my eyelid. And I'm just going up to the crease. I'm not hitting the crease. This is just like painting my eyeball. Oh, and I'm using small flat brush. The other one was a large flat brush. This one is small flat brush. Normally you would continue using this brush and go with your darker purple. You're gonna have light and then color 1, color 2, and color 3 as far as like darkness goes. But my colors come from the Urban Decay Electric palette, which is gorgeous and very, very powdery. It dropped. Oops. But these colors stain real bad, so I only ever use the brush that it came with. So I'm going to take Jilted. If I could have it my way, I would have gotten a more purple color and not like this, you know, reddish purple, but I don't have those colors accessible to me. So I'm just doing like the outside third of that curve of my eyelid in this second shade here. There's like a really harsh line. We're gonna be getting rid of that. Don't worry. This is just for, applying. And then I'm gonna go into the crease and I'm gonna go like 2/3 of the way this way. So I don't wanna go all the way over, but I'm just gonna put some color down, starting at the corner of my outside and going 2/3 of the way over. So this looks hella gross. There are sharp lines. It just looks chunked on. So my absolute favorite lifesaver brush is this one. You can see I need to clean it because it's stained purple because I've done this so many times. This is a smoky brush. Basically, it's just this round circle that's going to disperse and get rid of all those sharp lines and make it blend more naturally. So you're gonna just rub the shit out of it. All right, so you can already see how much better this looks than this. So yeah, you're just gonna rub it like that over and over and over forever until you cannot see a definitive line. If you can take a pencil and say this is where the makeup stops exactly, then you didn't do it enough. Okay, and because this is the electric palette, it's kind of powdering everywhere. That's part of what it does. So cleanup is going to be a little more difficult with this than with, your normal, not neon colored eyeshadow. All right, so now I'm going to take that same brush and that same color, and I'm going to get under my eye like this. And bring that just about all the way over. Hi, husband.
Yeah, hello.
We've got that color underneath. That's really bright, but that's okay, because when you put that eyeliner on, it's not going to be as obnoxious. So lastly, we're going to do our darkest color, right? So this color is called Urban. you will do whatever color you chose and just the darkest of the gradient, and we're just gonna get that crease right there. Just kind of blot that on right in that corner. And then of course we'll blend after we get that pigment on. So we've got that there, and you're just gonna go with the blendy brush and just blend the shit. Also, I am putting on way more eyeshadow than most of y'all will probably need, because I have hooded eyes, which means when I open my eyes, there is so much of my eyelid that goes back into my head. And I didn't realize this until I started doing other people's makeup and was like, where did the rest of your eyelid go? All right, so that, oh, it's powdering again. So much cleanup with this palette. All right, and up top, it's way too bright. I don't like that, so I'm just gonna use the blender brush and go back with that original color that we had, that white chocolate, and I'm just gonna blend that into this top color so it doesn't look so much like I'm a prostitute. See, it's already looking softer. Awesome. Okay, now with that, I'm gonna return one last time to my neon palette here. So I'm gonna take the Urban and I'm going to take it kind of like an eyeliner, and I'm just gonna get my eyelash line and trace that along there. To give some depth to that under eye. So now we're gonna do eyeliner. This is Tattoo Kat Von D eyeliner. It is liquid and it has this nice little brush that stays pointy. I will tell everybody, use a liquid eyeliner, don't use a pencil eyeliner. The pencil eyeliner will never stay sharp enough. It will always look blunt on the end. It will not look good. This doesn't go dull because it's a brush tip. It's gonna save your life. Your eyelid tip comes and it curves under, and then your lashes start. So that part where it curves under right before the lashes, right where it touches, that's where you wanna put the eyeliner first. That will hide the space between your eyeliner and your eyelashes and just make it look a lot more together. I messed up a tiny bit there, but that's fine. I'll hide it in a sec. So now you're gonna take, from the corner, the bottom where your waterline is, and you're gonna draw a little line from there toward the corner of your eyebrow, right? So, oh, I've never done this in a phone camera before. I'm gonna mess this up. Oh, no, that's good. And do that on the other side. I didn't quite get it even there, did I? Perfect, so now that that's there, you're gonna take that, go to the corner, and come down in a straight line. And then just fill it in. And don't worry if it's not identical the first time you do it. I always have to do this 2 or 3 times to get it to match. All right, so with the eyeshadow and eyeliner, you could stop here. I'm going to take this white eyeliner. You can also use like a skin tone eyeliner or even like a concealer pencil. And I'm gonna just hit my waterline here. I don't want it to look like super white, I'm just lightening up the waterline. All right, so that just gives my eyes a little bit more pop, and I'm not gonna add any eyeliner, black eyeliner to the bottom. I did the light color and the dark color to add that gradient, so I don't need to worry about it. So now we're gonna do eyebrows. You can do a pencil for this, but I just use eyeshadow because it works. So I'm gonna use this teeny tiny rectangle brush, right? Basically, this is just gonna give me a straight line. I left a little plastic sheet with a color on it, but I'm gonna use this brown because it matches my hair color, and I'm going to go to the very top pointy bit of my eyebrow, and I'm going to carry that down to the corner. I'm gonna start there, and then from this side I'm gonna do at the bottom of my eyebrow and carry it up to the middle of the curve. And then just kind of fill in from there. It is the popular thing to look like you have rectangular stickers on your face, which I won't say looks terrible, but I don't like having that on me. So I'm just gonna kind of fill it in with a more natural look and not try to get that like super boxy, whatever. That's another reason I like the shadow instead of the pencil. It's more fluffy, it blends a little better, looks more natural. And then I'm just gonna kind of blend up with the, you know, kind of the way the hairs would go normally. Now we have eyebrows. Last touch on the eyes before we move on, we need mascara. So we're gonna use one of these. These are eyelash crimpers. So you're just gonna go and you're gonna just crimp those eyelashes up. And oh my God, like you can see so much, how much of a difference that makes just by crimping. All right, so we're crimped. And then you just add mascara, just, you know, whatever mascara, probably waterproof if, you know, you want it to last all day. I use the Too Faced Better Than Sex. It's because it makes my eyelashes look all long and pretty without making them look like spider legs. And I'm just gonna touch the bottom corner a little bit just to give it that much more depth, but not go all the way across. Now we're going to move on to contouring our face. So the reason that you use a foundation that is paler than your natural skin tone is because that way you can contour and it will look like you have highlighted and shadows, and the eye will be tricked into thinking that the middle area is your natural skin tone. Makeup is all about deception. Lie to the world. All right, so what I'm gonna do to get my cheekbones pop is right where the ear connects. Draw a straight line from that to the corner of your mouth. That's where you're going to want to take this. And I have the Kat Von D Shade Light palette, which was a stupid decision because only one of these colors works on my skin. But there was a point when we were like, oh no, we're gonna do professional makeup. And that never happened because you have to go to school for that. So it looks really heckin' dark, but I'm just gonna blend. And that's gonna even itself out. And I'm blending down this way because I kind of want to make the pointiness of my jawbone there a little decreased. Just like with the eyeshadow, if you can put a pencil on it and say that's where the makeup ends, then you're doing it wrong. So just blend it until there are no definite lines. Does it stand out like that right now? Yeah, it does. But when we put on blush, it will be a lot less, like I smeared mud on my face. Okay, so that's gonna make our cheekbones pop. If I had shorter hair, if I didn't have bangs, I would also come up here and do this area here. If you were to do that, you just take on the outside of your eyebrow and just pull that up and kind of come around to make like a little curve that connects like that. I might as well do it for the video. All right. So there's that little curve on that side. And on that side. All right, next comes blush. We have this like rosy, it's called Heated exclamation point. It's by Sephora. So I'm gonna come and get the apples of my cheeks. That's like if you smile, where it pops out, that's the apple of your cheek. So I'm gonna start there and I'm gonna just pull it back, like along that line where we shaded. And just pull it up. That's gonna really accentuate the cheekbones and like the length. You can just do the cheekbones or the apples if you want, but that's gonna make your cheeks look a lot more round, which is like fun if you're trying to like go for a cutesy look. But if you don't, if you don't want your face looking rounder than it is, don't do that. All right, and our last little touch here is going to be highlighter. Believe it or not, there is a highlight that is pale enough for our white face. It's called Vanilla Quartz, and it's by Becca. So I'm just gonna take my finger here and I'm gonna dab it on there, and I'm going to get right underneath the eyeshadow here. And just take that and draw that up along where my eyeliner is and pull that back. And that's gonna give a nice little pop. It's gonna help shape under the eye, help that eyeshadow really stand out as if it doesn't already, because I'm neon purple. We're just gonna take a little bit here because we want to draw to the center of the face, so the shiny bits should be in the center. So we're gonna do the tip of the nose here. and a little bit on the bottom of the bridge, and on the chin right here. And I like to get this little U-bit. Sorry, I flipped off the camera. And just give that a little bit of a shine. If I didn't have bangs, I would do kind of this area as well, but because I have bangs, you're not gonna see it, so it doesn't matter. So that is that, and we're gonna end it with a nice little touch of lip gloss. Reapply my bow. And there you go. Now you know how to look just as fabulous as Kit does. Because who doesn't want to look this fabulous all the time, right? All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We have new content every week. Thanks for exploring, coming on this little experimental adventure of branching into things other than mental health. Give us some feedback in the comments. Let us know if there's anything fun that you'd like to see on the channel. And I hope you all have a great day. Bye.